Today I'm joined by Luke Riley, who returns to action next Saturday. Cage Warriors 136 if memory serves.
Yeah.
Luke, great to sit down and chat. How are things at you today?
Good, I've just literally finished my boxing session then. Little light run. I basically put all the work's being done now. I'm just taking over, getting the weight down for the weigh-in Friday. Yeah, just taking over. I'm ready, lad. I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
When it gets to this, like a week out, 2 weeks out, you just want to get in and fight then, because you know the work's being done. It's sort of eating fucking chicken and rice like a rabbit, lad. And you want to get weighed in, get in the cage, lad, and get out, have some good food, get the win.
Is this the worst part of camp? Like a week, 2 weeks where it's kind of like within touching distance, but it's not quite there yet?
Yeah, I'd say definitely the week of, the week
off the fight.
Yeah, when you're water loading, especially me because I'm big for the weight. No salt, no carbs. It's rough, like. It's definitely. It's my I hate dieting's my like. It's the worst part. I love everything about training apart from the diet. That's what gets me bad. That's what I need to vent. And one of my coaches and Scotty, my boxing coach, they like on me because they know like I like my food.
Do you balloon up? Are you a little bit of a mini Paddy?
I'm probably like I am as bad. I'll be honest. After the last fight, I got to 78 kg, which is what's that? 16 kg, basically 16 kg above 136. So it's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So I need to chill out.
What's the favourite like post-fight meal? Like you get the victory, you have a little bit of celebration, and then what is that?
Of that night?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just like a simple like the night of. It wouldn't be much thing because it's late. It's just the mackies for me.
No,
yeah, it's the big
is it just something rather than like something
but I like a mackies anyway because you know what you're gonna get, lad, for the price. Like people like vent again, takes the piss out of mackies. I just like it, like, because you know every time what you're going to get: a Big Mac, nuggets, lad, chips, McFlurry, that, and a Coke. That's me.
Yeah. So
yeah, probably the night of a Mackies.
Yeah.
And then the week at the coming days is when I like go for sit down meals, or do you know what I mean, like a Chinese or.
I won't talk to you too much because I know you're cutting weight and we started talking about
food.
Don't get me started, lad. Let's talk about the fight at hand. So as I mentioned, you'll be facing Jack Eglin next Saturday night. First and foremost, opinions on your opponent?
Well, Jack, he's my best opponent to date out my amateur run. Pro, I've only had 2 pro, obviously. So he says he's a striker. We'll see what happens on the Saturday the 2nd. If he still is a striker, we'll see that much. But he's definitely my toughest opponent to date. But I'm just gonna. I've gone through every, like, what's the is it Doctor Strange who goes through every like situation? Is that him? Yeah, Doctor Strange. I've gone through every single possibility in my head, lad, and there's just no offence to Jack, he just can't win. I'm 100 times better striker than him. For one, he's not a wrestler. He isn't a wrestler. And I've got really good takedown defense. He's not going to take me down. He hasn't got good jits. He's not going to tap me. How does he win? I'm just going to knock him out on the feet. He's going to shoot. I'm gonna pancake him right down, stand back over, I'll knock him out. So it's a first round finish, easy. Again.
I saw when
3 first rounds.
Well, this is the thing, because I wanted to mention this is I was on Cage Warriors YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and I saw there was a video of Top Prospects 2021.
Yeah.
And the first half was Adam calling out to your
submissions.
Yeah, and then the second half was you at the knockout. So what have you you've had this amazing start to your pro career in Cage Warriors, 2 first round KOs where you've looked immaculate, highlight reel knockouts. I guess does it come with any pressure being touted as such a highly regarded prospect?
Yeah, I guess it does, because I'm like one of them. I've got 2 first round finishes now, and like every time I fight now, I just want to get him up there as quick, but I want to do better than the last one. That's what I'm like. Even like. People say you need losses to learn and all that stuff, but I don't, because I'm the type of person, like, ask any of my coaches, Paul, Ellis, Ben, like, even when I've knocked both of them out, what have they done to me? It's just been like basically, not perfect, but it has in a sense, and I come out with that still, like, I'm still not like happy, you know what I mean? I'm still like, oh that, like I'm still like, oh it was shite to myself basically, you know what I mean? So that's how harsh I am on myself. I'm just trying to every day bet myself every fight. I just wanted like this one, it'll be quicker than the last two, definitely.
I think the first fight was 3:39. The second fight was the first fight was 3:36.
Second one's quicker.
The second one was longer.
Oh, was it longer?
It was 3 seconds longer.
Oh, was it longer?
3 seconds longer, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something in your head where
see,
you're trying to
that annoys me, lad. I wish it was quicker. So maybe it'll be, yeah. I'm sitting to first round finisher, yeah, definitely.
Obviously, when this fight got announced, there was a little bit of back and forth between the Next Gen team and Eglin's team. I saw Jake Hadley, Nathan Fletcher, Ventry was involved.
Yeah.
Is there a rivalry? Is this kind of a little bit more than just a fight for you?
Not really, because with Jack, I don't know Jack. I'm still MMA wise. I've only been training MMA for 2.5, 3 years. I don't like when a fight gets matched or like people talk about MMA fighters. I'm still new. Yeah. I don't have a clue. Like, no offense to Jack, until like people were telling me about him, I didn't really know who he was. Like with most MMA fighters, I'm like, because I'm just that new. Like I'm still, I'm like, oh who's this? Like Jake, I don't even know Jake. Jack, I don't really know Jack. So there's no. It was just fucking Jake talking shite in the comments, lad. Just like a fucking. Don't even, lad. Just talking shite on social media basically. Just annoying. But yeah, not rivalry, no. Just strictly business, lad, for me. Yeah. And that's to kill him on the first round.
Does it come with any kind of because I don't want to be kind of too simplistic or in any way disregarding anyone's skills, but I think if a lot of people looked at Next Gen as a gym, it was primarily a ground-based fighters, grappling-based fighters. So you mentioned there about kind of bursting on the scene within a couple of years. Where does this striking come from? What's the secret?
A baby, lad. Since well, not a baby, about 9 years old. I was Thai boxing. Started Thai boxing with well, originally it was Timas in 80, but then a fella there who was like the main Thai fighter called Darren O'Connor. I don't know if you know, like he was going to Thailand. He was the main Thai. Like Timas was more like a kickboxing gym, and he was sort of like, he was with Timas, but he was doing his own thing. He was going to Thailand, training with Thailand, and he like he was my first like real coach. Took me under his wing. Thai box for like 5-6 years with them. Won in Thai boxing, won everything you can win. But like, if you ask anyone who's in Thai boxing, like, I was the best junior by far. I'd say. Well, I won the world championships Thai boxing, won everything you can win. Turned over to amateur boxing. So started at 9 to 15. 15 turned over to amateur boxing with John Rice, Gemini Speak. That was another 5 years worth being to like national finals, like even very high level at amateur boxing for how long I was doing it. 5 years at that, and then just mad story. It's like a mad little thing. I was laying in the bath, and I was still boxing at this time. And it was like just a mad, crazy thought just came in my head. Like someone was just shouting at me, do MMA, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I just shouted. I was in the bath and shouted me mum from downstairs and said, "Mum," like, because my mum's like know how like people have pushy dads. Yeah. See, it's opposite for me. My dad's the laid back one. I mean, mum's the always like growing up. My mum's like a pushy dad, but she's a mum. So like. I shouted at my mum and said, "Mum, look, I don't know what's like come over me. I'm gonna go do MMA." And she was like, "What?" And then turned over, and then everything happened there quickly from there. I had 4 amateur fights, won all them. Was meant to fight on the so it was 2020. Was it October that my first Cage Warriors fight? I think it was October.
I think it was October, then the second one was December.
Yeah. So it was October. But I was originally meant to fight in Olympia card, I think, on... I can't remember what date it was. It was an Olympia card anyway. It was like a week before. Yeah. I was originally meant to fight on that, but the kid pulled out like a couple of weeks before. And Paul said, "Oh, there's a kid there. Do you want to take this fight in Cage Warriors against Camille? He's arrested. You can take it. It's up to you. Take the fight." I just said, "Yeah, of course," and then took the fight. Thingied, showed everyone what it was about, and then we're on our third one now.
A lot of people don't debut.
Still early in my career.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
When you say that, is there the intention to try and kind of take it slow and kind of?
Yeah, I'm in no rush. I'm
Yeah.
22. I'm in like. That's what I mean. I feel like at the same time, I know deep down if I really want, like, I'm going to, like, I could wipe this division out easily. I've seen everyone easily, but I just want to like start on. You know what I mean?
Laying on the job.
Yeah, people are saying like it's not about getting in the UFC, it's about staying in the UFC.
Yes.
So that's the main goal. Once I get to the UFC, I'm not being one of them where it's like lose 2, win 1, get cut.
Yeah.
I'm there for good then. So I'm 22 now. I'm hoping 2-3 years, 24, 25, be in the UFC, and I know like even like then I'm still. Obviously I'm an adult, but you say, is it 25? You say your man's strength and all that stuff.
25.
Yeah. So till then, I'm just chilling.
Is there kinds of goals that you want to attain, or kinds of accomplishments that you want to hit before looking at the UFC, whether it be a kind of Cage Warriors or a kind of European world title, whether it be a certain number of fights, certain number of finishes? What is kind of in your head, is there a roadmap that you want to tick off before you look at the bigger promotions?
Cage Warriors belt, definitely.
Yeah.
And then with me it's about Cage Warriors, but it's just even in the gym, just getting me wrestling like every day, just working and improving on that. Because the longer I have, the harder it's gonna. Like I feel like now, if you're like fighters out there now, you're gonna fight me. If you can't, like, no one is going to, but if you can't beat me now, you've got like a year or two, you have got 0 chance of ever beating me, because every day I'm working on my wrestling, my jits to become a full MMA rounded fighter. Now I'm MMA, but I'm strictly stand up, take down defence. Don't get me wrong, my jits are still good, and me take down defence, but once I carry on working on the full, do you know what I mean? The longer it goes for me, the better.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying I'm just plotting on, like, taking me time. There's no rush to get in the UFC.
You probably, as I mentioned earlier, with Next Gen being viewed or being kind of predominantly a grappling based gym, I presume you've
It's a
got
perfect gym to be at for me.
I was going to say that, especially with someone in your division like Nathan Fletcher.
Nathan,
and I imagine you work with each other day to day.
Nathan's out injury now, but when we were all sparring every Tuesday, Thursday, grappling every day. It's Nathan, Connor Wilson, who's got Slippy on the ground.
Yeah.
There's everyone. It's not like everyone in the gym who we're training with is like grappling wise far better than anyone. Most of the time you're gonna come, like, even in my past 2 fights, you have them like doubts that, like, obviously everyone has the little doubts, like, am I gonna be strong enough here? Is he gonna take me down? But once you've been training with like the likes of Nathan, you're going with the confidence, and you get you on the cage and you feel the strength.
Yeah.
And you like the grip strength, you're like, oh my god, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got no chance, and it's just gives that confidence, like, just training with everyone.
Yeah.
Grappling here, it's such a high level.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if you were there last week. I know Adam was, but obviously we saw kind of the 2 team captains, if you like, in action. Molly and Paddy. I guess, what are they like for you as a kind of young aspiring pro who I presume wants to get to their position at one day as kind of role models, if you like?
Motivational. Looking at them too, definitely. That's where, if you're not doing MMA and the UFC isn't where you want to be, you'll just quit now, because it's the best. That's the best promotion. Bellator, don't get me wrong, they're okay, but it's like, it's the Premier League, like UFC.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be in the UFC, lad, it's like, what are you aiming for? So,
Do you think that's how sorry to interrupt, but do you think that's how the sport will stay? Do you think that the Bellators, the PFLs, the One Championships will always be slightly below the UFC, or do you think they could even out a little bit?
I feel like that yeah, because they're in such a monopoly, is it? They've got all the, I don't know, unless like a crazy thing happens with like another promotion where, I don't know, say like a billionaire comes in, or I don't know, but yeah. To be honest, I just see the UFC being the one for like phase 3 now. It's just the main one. It's like the Mackey's of fast food. You know what I mean? So yeah, UFC or nowhere for me, lad.
Yeah,
that's it.
100%. Well, it all starts next Saturday night. Starts up again, if you like. But presuming we get the victory next Saturday night, what is the goals for the next 12 months after that win? What do you want to accomplish from to the 1st of April 2023?
So get the win Saturday, and then just have an active year, lad. Four fights, four fights, lad. Not like, again, no rush. Just build the quality opposition every fight, bit better each time. 4 fights, taking in my stride, and I know what I'm capable of. Trust me, in this division, there's just like, I look at it and I'm just like, oh, you know, like even the fights last week, I'm not going to mention names, but like, I destroyed both of them, you know what I mean? Crawford and Aiden James, I've mentioned them now. Them two, lad. It's like, I'm just looking at everyone in the division, and I'm like, I destroy it, and you'll see anyway, come second, what I do to Jack when he's shooting for his life. So.
It sounds almost like you're, I can see a little bit of like the old McGregor in you a little bit, where you kind of say about turning people into wrestlers. Is that kind of there's something that you've seen throughout your fights that people want to strike and all of a sudden?
That's what I mean. Yeah, if you get clipped, it's like I mean, there's not been one fight where I've like, and that's the thing. I'm knocking them out. There's not one, but I've only had 2. But even like in sparring and stuff, there's not one fight where I'm throwing with like me 2 fights. I've not threw one punch where it's like I'm trying to knock it out. You know what I mean? Like I'm like putting all my thing into it. I'm literally just tip tapping away when I actually sit down on my shots. That's what I mean, because this isn't where, if Jack really wants to strike with me and I get going and sit down on my shots, I'll knock him out fully cold. That's why I know as soon as he just gets clipped off a little jab, little backhand, they'll be like, wow. And they're not even me sitting down. If he wants to get into like a firefight and me sit down on my shots, it's not going to end well. So again, we'll just see what happens. He said in the comments as well, here's a funny one. He said I put like, oh, I'll have you. We were arguing back and forth, and I said like, oh, you're going to be shooting for your life. Like you're going to be shooting for your life. What you're talking about? And he put back down further in the comments like, okay, like, well, see you shoots first. I felt like saying, I don't even know how to shoot. So how am I going to shoot? I don't even know how to shoot for the takedown. So it's definitely not going to be me. It's going to be me shooting for the takedown because I don't know how to shoot for the takedown. So we'll see what happens. But it should be, lad. Don't get me wrong. He is the strongest on paper. The strongest opposition he's had. He's fought everyone amateur-wise. He's fought.
Yeah, you can't deny his amateur.
Amateur. What's he had, like 15 amateur fights?
Something like that. Yeah.
But again, has he fought a true striker? Has he? That's what I mean. I don't really know. Has he ever fought a true striker like me?
Off the top, obviously.
Like who would
he had the loss to Nathan. He had the loss to Makayev. They're the ones that are coming to mind. Amateur. I
think most of the fights though, people have been wanting to shoot on him.
Yeah.
Have they not?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Nathan. Yeah.
So when it comes to a true striking matchup, what I don't think he's ever had before, he's going to be very surprised once if he wants to keep it on the feet anyway. But we'll see what happens.
Of course. Well, you've previewed the hell out of that fight. Can't wait to see it next Saturday night. Great to see you back.
Make sure everyone tunes in as well.
Lots of things to say. Great to sit down and chat before we finish. Anything you want to say? Sign off with sponsors. The floor is yours for the last word.
Oh, that's all. Just tune in. April 2nd, Manchester, Cage Warriors 136. Me versus Jack Eglin. It's going to be a good fight, hopefully.
Great way to sit down and chat.